However, you're a local boy playing for your local team. There's been big changes since you were here. What's it like playing for Kelty Hearts in the Lowland League?
Oh, it always meant something to me, regardless, but I think even more so now. I mean, the ground when I used to come down and watch them play, it's unbelievable what's happening now. Obviously, there's still big plans for to continue that, but regardless, what's here now is unbelievable, and hopefully the players and the management team starting to back that up now, which is obviously what makes everything possible.
There was you've won 3 leagues, you've won cups here. When you look back at what's happened since, how big was that day against Lowland Thistle to get to the Lowland League and not to be competing with all the big junior clubs that came across in your wake?
Well, I think it was obviously a brave move for Kelty to be the first team to move. It's obviously proved it was the right reason. But a league that was probably really easy for us in some respects, with it being disrespectful, but we obviously had that couple of teams in it that we needed to be on our game at, so you'd have a week where you're maybe winning 10-0, 8-0, and then you have to go into that game where you're fully focused and everything has to go right to win the games, because Lowland were a really good side. And obviously we were really unlucky against Lowland, and the worrying thing was we hadn't beat them or even scored against them up until that point, so we knew when we got one, because Lowland hadn't felt us score, and especially with the crowd we had here that day, as soon as we scored, the roar, the fans behind us, honestly when the first goal went in I knew that was it for us. I knew I'd keep it simple and I knew we were going to do it, so it was unbelievable to get out that league and into the league we're in now, and obviously last year we finished in a respectable position, and we're just going to have to go in with the same mentality this season and see how well we do, obviously aiming for the top.
Yeah, you say it was a respectable position, finishing 3rd in the league last season. Was there slight disappointment the second half of the season, just with how strong the club was looking at the start, or was it kind of just we'll take it as it comes as our first season in the league?
We were sitting in a good position for quite a lot of the season, but you've got to bear in mind we still had to play some big teams, and I think if we look at it as overall, 3rd would have been a good place for us, but I think sometimes when you get to that higher stage you're obviously looking at getting on for there and trying to knock us off, and then we did get knocked off, and it's hard to bounce back in the league when we had some big games to play, and East Kilbride were relentless, they just kept putting points on the board, so you've got to give credit to them for it, and they probably put it out of reach quite sooner than we would have liked.
I mean, last season, what was the highlight? Is it Peterhead or?
I think they're highlights for you want to play against the teams. I think that's where the club's aiming for. That's the league we want to be in, stuff like that. But it's hard to pick out a highlight. I think just had a great group of boys, and we dug deep, and we played against some top teams and like Peterhead and stuff like that. But I just overall it was a good season to be a part of. There was obviously a bit of change, obviously with managers and stuff like that. So there was a lot going on last season, first time in a league and changing management. So there was a lot going on. So it was quite a busy season. So, but we finished 3rd, and we just move on to this season now, and obviously everybody starts on a blank canvas and we see where it goes.
You mentioned a change of management there. You're one of the few, in the dressing room that played under Barry before. Mm-hmm. What's he like in the dressing room with the guys?
He just expects high standards, the same as most managers would. But he's really demanding. He keeps it the same on the training field. He just wants the best for us, and he's got his group of players now that he thinks could win this league and challenge for this league. So the boys have been great since they come in, and we're really starting to show our sharpness now in the last few sessions. It's been really enjoyable. But no, he just keeps everyone on their toes, and obviously he knows what he wants, and it's up to us to give it to him.
The aim's obviously to win the league. There's also the cup competitions, wanting to reach a few rounds into the Scottish Cup at least. We've also got this season for the first time the Tunnock's Caramel Wafer Challenge Cup against Kilmarnock Colts. That's a good chance to test yourself against good opposition, and if you get through that first tie, there's an away tie and in waiting. Mm-hmm. It must be a good incentive to try and win these games and give the fans something to look forward to.
I think we've always been a sticky cup team, if I'm honest. We've never really done as well as what we should do in the cups. Lost games that we shouldn't have and stuff. So I think this season with the squad and the depth we've got, I think it'll be possible for a challenge on cups, like with really strong teams, and likewise with the league. So I think that's really going to benefit us this season, and just focus on Kilmarnock Colts, and then worry about Annan when it comes, and just take every game as it comes. And if it's back to league business, just concentrate on that. That's all we could do, one game at a time. Everyone's going to want to stop us. Likewise with us, we're going to want to stop them. So it's going to be really tough matches this season. So no, I think if we just take one game at a time and hopefully progress to the next stage in the cup and get a few good ties for the club, it would be good.
What's it like to play in front of these Kelty fans? How big a difference does it make when there was 700 plus in here for a friendly against Dunfermline? You've scored in matches where there's over 1,000 people in against the Hawes. How big a difference does it make to have that backing behind you?
It's good. It's obviously the crowds are just getting better and better here for obvious reasons. It's just so good. Obviously, I know a lot of the people. It's all local people as well, so it means a lot. But no, it's just as long as we work hard and win games, and the crowds keep coming, it'll benefit the club. It'll benefit us, and the players will get used to having the bigger crowds and the big occasions.